You put your trash in a garbage bin. Well done! You did what you were supposed to do as a citizen, did you? A lot more goes into recycling than you might think. It's easy to forget what happens to our trash. In fact, you might be shocked to learn that only some of the stuff is recycled. What does the rest of it do? Make sure you are subscribed with the bell notification on, and give this video a thumbs up. The process of recycling starts with gathering things that can be recycled. This can be done in a number of ways, such as through drop-off points, curbside collection programs, and business recycling services. Separating recyclables from non-recyclable trash is important for efficient sorting and processing. Plastics, paper, glass, and metals are all examples of recyclables. The trash is then taken to a material recovery facility, MRF, which is also called a recycle plant or center. Recycling materials are sorted, processed, and made ready for more recycling or production at this important point in the process. Every day, these places can sort up to 400 tons of trash. Their sizes range from 7,000 to 8,000 square meters. What usually happens at an MRF is that when recyclables arrive, they are taken from the pickup trucks to the facility's tipping floor. Here, workers or automatic equipment may do a quick first check to get rid of any items that are obviously not recyclable, like big trash or dangerous materials. After the first check, the trash is already organized. During this step, big or easy-to-spot things that aren't recyclable are taken out by hand. Examples include cardboard boxes and big plastic bags. MRFs use both manual labor and advanced sorting technologies to easily separate recyclables after pre-sorting. Some of the tools that are used to sort materials by their size, weight, form, and type are automated conveyor belts, screens, air classifiers, magnets, and optical sensors. These rotating cylinder-shaped screens sort things by size. Smaller things fall through and bigger things keep moving down the conveyor. Heavy magnets are used to pull ferrous objects with iron together and separate them, like steel cans. Optical sorting machines use cameras and sensors to find and sort things by color, shape, or type of plastic. Heavy things like glass and metal are separated from light things like paper and plastic with air blasts. Even though technology has come a long way, sorting still needs a lot of manual work. Along the conveyor lines, workers remove dirt and other things that automated systems might have missed by hand. Hand sorting helps make sure that the recyclables are of better quality. The separated parts are then pressed together or baled. Putting things like paper, plastic, cardboard, and metal into big blocks or bales is called baling. The materials are easy to move, store, and handle after this process. There are bins of sorted recyclables kept in the MRF until they are ready to be sent to makers to be processed further. Storing things correctly helps keep the quality of things that can be recycled. Some things that can't be recycled or are hard to recycle may still be in the sorted materials. These are called residues, and they are taken care of by MRFs. Residues can include plastic bags, food trash, and small pieces that can't be recycled. The leftovers are sold to factories and processing plants as raw materials after they are baled and sorted. Then, these things are used to make new things, which cuts down on the need for new resources. A lot of modern MRFs use data tracking and monitoring systems to find ways to be more efficient, keep an eye on contamination rates, and figure out how to sort and handle things better. This data-driven method helps improve recycling results and make operations run more smoothly. After the MRF sorts the materials, they are taken to processing companies and processed in a way that depends on the type of material. To get each type of material ready to be used again, it needs a different process. Usually the stuff is chopped and mixed with water to make a pulp that is used to make paper. The pulp is then cleaned and improved by getting rid of ink, glue, and other flaws. The sawdust that is left over can be used to make new paper goods. After the different kinds of plastic are sorted, they are chopped, washed, and melted to make plastic pellets. New plastic items are made from these pellets, which are the main material. Cullet are the small pieces of glass that are made when it is broken. The cullet is melted down to make new glass items. This uses less energy and raw materials than starting from scratch to make glass. It is possible to melt metals like steel and aluminum to make bars or sheets. Metal that has been recycled can be used to make many things, from cans to car parts. Materials that have been processed are sent to manufacturers, who use them to make new goods. Using recycled materials in production cuts down on the need for new materials, saves energy, and lowers greenhouse gas emissions. Retail stores sell the newly made goods to customers. The quality and usefulness of these goods made from recycled materials are the same as those made from new materials. People who buy and use these items support the closed-loop recycling system and encourage environmentally friendly habits. Recycled items may eventually reach the end of their useful life. Some of the materials can now be recycled again, which keeps the circle going. For example, metal can be recycled over and over again without losing any of its quality. Some materials may have limits on how many times they can be recovered because they break down over time. To answer our first question, can all trash be recycled? How much of it is it recovered if not? The truth is that some trash can't be recycled because of issues with technology, money, or the environment. A rough guess would be that about 60% of the trash that gets up in a recycling bin is not actually recyclable. As you might expect, a lot of trash that can't be recycled ends up in dumps. There are specially built places called landfills that are meant to hold trash and keep it from harming the earth. But dumps can be bad for the environment. For example, they can pollute groundwater, release greenhouse gases like methane, and cause pollution that lasts for a long time. Some trash that can't be recycled is burned in sites that turn trash into energy. Incineration is the process of burning trash to make energy, usually heat or electricity. This method might help with air quality problems by releasing pollutants into the air and reducing the amount of trash that needs to be thrown away. Waste reduction and minimization tactics are very important if we want to cut down on the amount of trash that ends up in landfills and incinerators. This includes things like source reduction, which means making less trash in the first place, reusing things as much as possible, and removing organic matter. By composting, you can keep food and yard waste out of landfills and make soil that is full of nutrients that can be used in gardening, landscaping, and farming. People can also take part in programs that hold companies responsible for how their goods are thrown away and recycled to extend producer responsibility. Choosing products with less packaging, containers that can be used more than once, and names that care about sustainability are all ways to cut down on waste and save resources. By learning about what happens to our trash after it leaves the roadside bin, we can see how complicated recycling is and how each choice can have an effect. From collection to sorting to remanufacturing, there is a lot of technology, work, and careful management along the way. Every item we put in the trash bin could be used again, but only if it's properly sorted and not contaminated. When you next think about recycling, keep this in mind. What you do at home and what recycling centers do together are very important for protecting the environment, saving resources, and making a better future for future generations.